From kindergarten to the 12th grade, I've always wanted to be a part of the college lifestyle. The reason for this is while growing up, I've always watched movies like 21 Jump Street and Superbad. The things these movies did was it gave me the perception that college binge drinking and drinking in general was something that I needed to be a part of and something that I needed to do. With that said, my name is Alija Gacanovic, and today I will be presenting why I think we need to change the perception of college binge drinking as a whole and how I think we can fix it as a society. Throughout time, college has always been promoted as a four-year party where people just come to study and have fun. With that said, I've always been excited to come to be a part of the college lifestyle and be involved in it. What I was shocked by was the amount of individuals who binge drink and drink on a daily basis. In fact, the NIAAA states that 27.4% of college students have engaged in binge drinking. I can confirm this is true because I've already seen the effects of binge drinking with many of my peers, and I'm here to address the issue today. Before I get into why binge drinking is so damaging to college students and our society as a whole, it is important to know what binge drinking really is. Ellis from Altamira Recovery explains that binge drinking is drinking too much in one sitting or over a certain amount of time. The NIAAA has helped broaden this definition and explains that binge drinking is when a male consumes 5 or more drinks in one sitting, or when a female consumes 4 or more drinks in one sitting or over a certain amount of time. With that said, binge drinking has many negative effects to binge drinkers and society as a whole. In fact, according to Stanford Medicine, some major effects of binge drinking to binge drinkers are suicide, high blood pressure, heart attacks, unsafe sex, DUIs, and many more. What Stanford Medicine fails to explain here is how binge drinkers can also affect the mass public. To begin, binge drinkers can affect their family members. For example, when a binge drinker drinks too much, their family members might become worried. If they go to the hospital too much and their family sees the hospital bill, they won't know what happened or if they're really safe. They can also affect the mass public and the individuals around them. For an example of this could be an individual driving while intoxicated or after binge drinking and hitting someone else. This would affect their future and also their own future. Lastly, they can affect the future of their own life and other individuals. Like the example I just stated, they can ruin somebody's life and also ruin their own. While looking at these effects and issues, it may be super confusing of why college students would want to indulge in binge drinking or drinking in general. First of all, it is evident that frats in colleges are known for throwing parties. It is also very well known that at these parties alcohol will be provided. This causes many individuals to drink throughout many nights and then feel the need to drink more and more through other nights. This is very evident especially in stressful situations that happen in college. Another reason why college students may want to drink so much is because of how glamorized it is on social media and in movies. It is seen on social media and movies that alcohol is a celebratory thing. Once you pass a test, do something good, you want to go out and have a drink with a couple of friends. This paired with the stressful workload that college students have, it makes sense why many of them just want to drink a lot and binge drink throughout their nights. Although it is highly evident that college binge drinking is very damaging to the binge drinkers and the whole public, many will still argue that drinking is just a part of the college lifestyle. Sure, I see where this narrative stems from, and I agree with the statement that you can have fun in college, and if this comes with a couple of drinks, so be it. But what I do not agree with is that we should push this narrative that people should drink in college or it is a necessity. If we push this, our younger generation and current generation will believe this, and nights after they learn, they will just continue to drink. This will cause many people to become alcoholics and become very dependent on alcohol. Alcohol dependency and binge drinking is really what I'm trying to solve here. I really want to make it clear for our next and our current generation that binge drinking and drinking is not a necessity of the college lifestyle. The college lifestyle is really something that you set out for yourself. For example, if you want the college lifestyle to be study, get good grades, and celebrate with a couple nights out, so be it. But you should never have to depend on drinking or binge drinking every single night. Now that you understand both sides of the argument, it is important to note that this issue will never be solved 100%. The reason for this is because as long as alcohol is being provided and sold to the masses, this issue will still be here. People will still have a want for alcohol and a want to party. This said, though, it is important to note that we can still tone down this issue and set it down to a tone where people are not drinking every single night. One solution that I have found was provided by The Right Step. They state that teachers should have more in-class interventions about alcohol throughout their presentations. When I say this, I do not mean, oh, don't drink alcohol, it's bad for you. That is too basic and it won't get to the students. What I mean is they should really get to the students and start asking them about what they think alcohol does to the body. Once they do this, students will start realizing that if they drink, it is not good for them and it's really harming them. Teachers should also provide personal anecdotes or anecdotes from the internet to really connect to the students and show what could happen when binge drinking. More examples of this could be professors calling out the fraternity lifestyle, talk about the most effective things when drinking, like what happens to the body or what you can do as an individual, and also bringing up personal anecdotes. Once you do this, it really connects to the audience and it makes them realize what they're doing is wrong and they should stop doing it. Another solution that I've personally thought of is schools requiring fraternities to warn individuals about the dangers of drinking and binge drinking. The reason I say this is because, as I've stated earlier in my presentation, the frat and party lifestyle has been glorified. With this said, if fraternities were to warn individuals about the dangers of drinking and binge drinking, more individuals would be saved from making horrible mistakes. Providing this solution, it would be selfish of me not to share an infographic that I found on the internet. Through a rough 3-minute search, I found a very strong infographic which would help the mass public. In the next part of my presentation, I will have the infographic shown on the screen and I will explain what it means. As you can see at the top, it's titled 5 Statistics About College Binge Drinking That Will Shock You. First, it talks about what constitutes as binge drinking. Like I stated earlier in the presentation, 5 drinks by a male or 4 drinks by a male in a 2-hour period. Then it states that 40% of college students admit to binge drinking, and 25% say that alcohol has hurt their academic performance. At the bottom, we see 3 scary facts. 1.5K deaths are caused by heavy drinking, 600,000 accidental injuries, and 700,000 physical assaults. It is very evident that if this were to be shown at college parties, many individuals would not partake in binge drinking and would not want to intake alcohol throughout the whole night. In conclusion, binge drinking is very harmful to college students and affects our society as a whole. With that said, the issue will never fully be resolved, and schools need to start taking the initiative to solve the issue. To solve this issue, they need to make teachers speak on the issue and have more educational videos on it, and also provide educational infographics so the mass public can understand what college binge drinking does to our society. Again, my name is Alija Gacanovic, and this was my presentation on why binge drinking is bad for our society as a whole.